Ladies and gents, welcome back to the Dumpster Fire Pod. My name is Keith, and I am joined by my co-host today, Gordon. What's up, my guy?
It's going good, man.
It's going good? Hell yeah, dude. All right. Tonight's episode is going to be Late Night Shenanigans, where we talk about... I don't know. What's the first thing on the topic list today?
Well, let's see. It's a nice night.
It's a nice night. It's great. By the way, we're recording this at 2 in the morning because we thought that would be fun. And we have, luckily, less responsibilities at 2 in the morning on our days off.
I mean, it kind of feels like we're at work.
And I mean, not to me. I'm having a good time. I mean, but I'm having a good time anywhere I'm at most of the time. So,
we didn't see any UFOs.
No, not out here. We didn't see any UFOs, which I'm kind of bummed about. Speaking of UFOs, do you have a crazy UFO experience? Like, have you ever seen one, like that you can think of in person, or like you like swear up and down that was a fucking UFO?
Not that I swore up and down that it was a UFO, but when I think it's Starlink is Elon Musk's project, right?
Yeah.
Where he shot up all those satellites and shit.
See, I swear to God that was a UFO, but to be fair, I was drunk as shit that night when I saw that, and I looked up and I was like, fucking oh God, you know.
And so I mean that's the only thing is just looking up and being like, oh, and then after a while I was like, why would 4 or 5 of them go in a straight line?
Yeah, just following each other perfectly, almost like parallel perfect, like the way they're moving. But here's what I found so weird about it. Remember when they were moving across the sky and how it almost seemed like a hologram as it went off into the distance and kind of just disappeared? You remember that?
Yeah.
That's what tripped me out about it. Because I was like, that's fucking weird. Why would it do that? But then I got to remember, our planet's rotating too. Yeah. So as it's going, our planet's moving away from it. So, take it as you see it, I guess. My whole thing is, I swear that I've gone out in the country and looked up into the sky, and I see, if you look up really closely, even with binoculars, I've done this, you'll see these tiny little red lights moving hella fast, more than anything else, and then they'll just randomly change direction and go somewhere else and just do that. And I'm like, there's no way that those are satellites.
No, that's government spying on you.
See, now, dude, that's the government-employed extraterrestrials. Yeah. They're the ones that snatch people up and make them disappear. Where all the portals come from.
Jeez. I was just recently watching Paul.
I just watched that too. That's funny. Yesterday.
And it's kind of odd because, I mean, it's like this month in general on Netflix, it's just an alien movie, another alien movie, and just so on and so
on. So what
on.
are they getting ready to tell us or show us, right? What's the setup for? That's what I always think about is what's the setup of what we're seeing on the tube aiming us towards?
I'm not too sure. It's like in the movie Paul where Paul explains like, your whole existence was getting prepped for this moment so you guys didn't
freak the fuck out. Yeah. Well, you know about Agenda 2030, right? How we're supposed to have that giant, fake alien invasion. Have you ever read about that? It's supposed to be a bunch of, fucking holograms in the sky that are, essentially, it's holograms in the sky that are going to be, blocking out actual aircraft and that are going to bomb cities. And they're going to make it look like a real alien invasion, but it's not. It's just to destroy cities, to be able to move mass numbers of people into very densely populated areas to create the one world government. Have you ever heard about that agenda or that conspiracy theory, that whole thing? I learned about it a few years ago, and I'm like, maybe, shit, fuck. I mean, something big's bound to happen eventually, right?
Eventually.
But have you ever heard about that one?
No.
You never heard about that one? You've never heard about David Greer and the Men in Black, right? Like the CIA guys that go out and kill, not the movies, but the Men in Black that go out and kill people who have found extraterrestrial stuff, and they go out and if they don't they'll kill them if they don't either turn it over or say that they won't talk to people. So like if you like, oh, yo, I'm gonna tell everybody this shit. I don't care what you say. That was like, pow, kill you, you fucking, and they have like these what they said in the documentary was they have these devices that literally can stop your heart, in a handheld version, and it makes it look like a cardiac arrest, like you had a heart attack.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm surprised you've never heard about this before.
I've been out of the loop for many years, man.
Yeah. So there's Agenda 2030 and Men in Black. The secret government ops. There's all this stuff. The underground. You've heard of the underground dumbs, right? With the big underground tunnels with the massive military installations underground. You've heard about those, right?
Yeah, like they're pretty much it's Noah's Ark 2.0, where like they've collected every seed of the planet in case something happened. They could like have still resources to reseed the planet.
Yeah, my whole thing is who is going to get to go in those dumps? Is it everybody, or is it only the rich and powerful?
It's not the rich and powerful only. Like you have to think that. I mean, for one, it's not going to be everyone.
There's going to be people that die and shit.
Well, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to die. It's just more of like they want people that have really good IQ. So, like, you need some military guys. You're going to need some
people that know skills and trades
science, and medical. Like, you need all that stuff.
You'll need electricians. You'll need plumbers. You'll need, people that do that kind of shit.
Yeah.
To maintain this giant underground infrastructure.
Well, it's not just that, but it's for, outside of that project, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. They made a lot of movies of that, though.
Yeah, there was a documentary, I think, about it on, like, one of those platforms, Prime or HBO or Max or one of them, where they were talking about the big tunnels. Some guy found an old Nazi base, like an old Nazi bunker here in the States. Mm-hmm. And I was like, why would there be a Nazi bunker in the States?
Well, I mean, kind of like...
This place is haunted.
Just think about KGB spies and everything. Why would there be like KGB spies in like the U.S. back in the day, or maybe there still are now? It's what informants are and shit.
I don't know if you knew this, but I'm actually a sleeper agent.
Oh yeah.
Encyclopedia is the word that. I was gonna. No, there's some interesting shit out there. If you dig long enough and you read long enough, you'll be like, and it's what's weird about it is it's like, part of you thinks, oh no, there's no way, this is too far fetched to happen. But then there's other parts of it. There's another part of you that's like, well, maybe like fuck, like I guess we have like really good hologram technology already.
I mean, yeah, we do.
Remember the thing in China like 10 years ago where they had the numbers in the sky?
Yeah.
Like from the fucking satellites or whatever, all getting together and putting a hologram down? Mm-hmm. If they can do that, what makes you think they can't do a fucking alien craft looking thing from the sky?
Yeah, well, I just find all this stuff kind of interesting, but at the same time, I mean, we have the greatest encyclopedia of all time, the internet web, where we could just really just absorb ourselves in all these contexts and all these different informations. But I think it's funny because it just brings me back to watching, forget what exact episode of it was on South Park, but they were making fun of conspiracy theories where they're following these insane conspiracy theories, and it turns to a point where like they get to like the White House and the president drops a folder that's like top secret.
I know what episode you're talking about. That's a good episode. That's funny. But yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it's perfect that you said it, because it honestly is. It's like What do you know how much stuff the fucking government probably knows that we have no idea about? But if they did like release it all to us, it would make our fucking head spin. Like they literally just released and let it. They basically proved us all right that yes, our own government killed JFK. Like the CIA killed JFK.
Well, the thing is, this is I don't necessarily believe a lot of that stuff because when I look at it, I see it as, I mean, for example, you have a job, you work 8 hours, and then you thinking, oh, your pay won't get fucked up, and then all of a sudden your pay gets fucked up. Since everything is since everything's like basically electronical now, you could take stuff out and then put stuff in there to make it look
right, but it's not right.
Yeah. Because my thing is, maybe some of it was right, but do I really believe 100% of it is? It's kind of, it's kind of tough.
Like, I could go home right now and edit this to make you say something that you didn't say at all.
Every day.
I'm Gordon. I like to dress up in a tutu. And dance to Pink Pony Club. Some shit, No, but like, yeah, I get you, man. Shit's weird out there. This is like the perfect subject for a late night talk. This is like right on the money.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just bizarre to me. I grew up more as a sci-fi type of guy, so I loved all the futuristic stuff, and technology has always been a huge point in my life. So,
does it piss you off that we're now in the future setting of when most of those movies said we don't have any of that shit? They fucking lied.
Well, I mean, there's some that hit it on the spot, then there's other things where we're just not there yet.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have asked me if, I mean, shit, not in this lifetime, but I'd say like my grandpa's lifetime and believing that you could actually clone something, because now people brought the direwolf species back. Yeah. So what the fuck's next?
Well, apparently you can take, like, say you have a dying pet, right? You could take a hair sample of your pet, and for $30,000, you could clone your exact dog or cat. Yeah. Right?
Oh yeah.
Or which $30,000 to $50,000.
Which is weird to me because you're cloning that species, yes, but are you cloning the exact of your dog? Because
so is it gonna die the same way?
Well, no, not. I mean, that would be a shit kicker right there. But I'd say, how can you clone actual thoughts? I mean, like you could bring that species back, but I mean, it's not going to have the same memories. It's not going to respond to the same thing. It's not.
Well, no, it's going to be the same species, but essentially a whole new dog. It's not going to have the same memories, same thoughts, same attitude, personality. But it will look the exact fucking same. It'll have the same spots, the same eyes, the same everything. But it will essentially be a different dog spiritually.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be same shell, different soul. If you're looking at it that way. But I mean, the fact that you can clone animals, what makes you think they can't clone humans?
I mean, I believe 100% they've already cloned humans.
They figured it out a long time ago.
Well, I mean, if you could clone a dog and you could bring, a species that has been extinct for thousands of years or whatever.
10,000.
Yeah. What makes you
can't? Yeah, exactly.
Think, it's happened.
I have 3 points on this that I think about. So the first point is they already discovered human cloning a long time ago. It's just extremely illegal, like all over the world. Like globally, it's against the rules. Like you cannot clone human beings. It's against the Geneva Convention. And 2, my first thought is if they ever did allow human cloning, the first thing it's going to go into is the military and warfare. They're going to pull some Star Wars shit and make a clone army just to train them all the same and send them out in the battle.
I mean, they've already tried that. I mean, they've had their own.
They did, huh?
Oh yeah, they already had their like secret projects and everything back in the day where they tested all these people with drugs and stuff and see if they could get into the mind of controlling a person. But I mean, I don't really believe that they're just gonna clone their own soldier army, because now we're at the point where we don't even have to set boots on ground anymore. We could just use
fly over.
Yeah, fly over. We got drones. I mean,
well, I want to add, like, the thing you were talking about with the whole drugs. You're talking about MK Ultra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, MK Ultra was when they did the drug experiments to see where they could. Well, they were doing a whole bunch of stuff with that, dude. They were doing like mind control. They were trying to see if humans had any abilities we didn't know about. Like if we had telepathic powers or anything that they didn't know about. You know, they were doing experiments with the whole pineal gland and third eye stuff, trying to you know, study consciousness, a whole bunch of stuff, dude. It wasn't just like mind control. It was like this whole giant banana of experiments that they were working on. And every piece of that banana was just a different aspect of the which drug does which thing and where could we tap into the brain on this drug. Mm-hmm. You know, like they categorize, well, you know, LSD, acid, shrooms, all those kind of drugs as hallucinogenic. But each one of those drugs affects the brain in a different way. Yeah. In a different part of the brain. So it's like, oh, what can LSD, you know, activate that acid or mushrooms can't?
Yeah. It's I think it's really crazy. Because out of all the stuff that has been, you know, conspiracy theory has been stated as actual concrete proof that it did happen. That's why sometimes I get confused where, you know, we still have these, you know, government agencies still in charge of the world to this day.
Yeah.
I mean, for what happened in MK Ultra to what was it? There was one thing that happened over in Africa that was pretty disastrous, where they were bringing all these people in to say, oh, well, we got the vaccine for whatever it was called.
Oh, I feel like I know what you're was that the malaria one, or was that the... I feel like I know what you're talking about.
And they ended up giving men some type of disease, and for the women, they gave them to where they were, what's it called, like...
They were infertile and shit. And
yeah,
like, it was
they
causing,
made them infertile.
Like reproductive cancers and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like, and that's the thing, is if you didn't know, like, in a whole lot of the vaccines, even the vaccines we get here in the state, there's a whole bunch of shit in them that's not good for you. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit in them that causes similar effects, like, down the road. It might not happen immediately, but over time, like, a lot of them are linked to cancer, you know.
I mean, what isn't
led to cancer? That's true. That's very true.
Because the thing is I know what you're going to go on about, and my thing is, I mean, it's like you got the flu shot every year. The flu shot will give you, like a lot of people, majority of the time, you're going to have a mild flu or a hardcore flu.
you may not get the flu, but you'll have AIDS. You're not fucking stupid.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it's supposed to be like that so your body could fight it off. Yeah, so it's doing its trick. Now, do I believe that every man-made, like, medicine works to the point of, like, what its goal is? No. I mean, Africa is the case in point right there.
What? I want to know what vaccine that is. Could you look up what vaccine that was? Because I want to say it was like wasn't the polio one, was it? Like the droplets they were doing in the mouth. I want to know what that was. Because I'm pretty sure it was like one of the major ones. But, yeah, no.
I mean, this is going to take...
Or was it one of those things where it doesn't give you a straight answer?
Well, I mean, because one of the biggest things now is everyone talking about COVID. Did this work? Did that work? Yada, yada, yada.
I don't even care about COVID anymore. We already know that one wasn't a good one. Like, COVID was a very, very kind of a sketchy thing with how fast they pushed it and all that. But I hate talking about COVID because it robbed like fucking 3 years of people's lives, and it's still fucking messing with people. I hate talking about COVID.
Oh yeah. I don't know if it was the malaria.
I wanted to say, I thought it was the malaria one because that's the one that there's big over there, but it was causing, a bunch of really harmful side effects. Like the females were getting like, ovarian cancers, reproductive cancers, infertility, breast cancers, and the men were getting like I don't know, like lung stuff, prostate issues, a bunch of weird stuff.
Yeah.
And a lot of kids were dying from it. I know that. That was the whole Hillary Clinton thing, right? She was the one that ran that whole campaign over there in that part of Africa.
I'm not gonna go that far because I don't want to get any of this wrong since it's kind of sensitive topic. I just know that anyone could be free to fact check. I know Mojo.com or whatever, they have their own YouTube. You could see them break down like the top 20 conspiracy theories that ended up being true. Oh, shit. And that was one of them that was on there.
There you go, people. Go check out Mojo channel or whatever on YouTube, and tell them the Dumpster Fire podcast sent you. That way, they'll know where you came from if you hear this and you want to go check them out.
Well, it's just interesting.
Thank you. That's my shameless plug.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what's interesting to me, though, is you got all these things that ended up being true over time.
What's one, for example, other than...
I mean, we already talked about another one. There was MK Ultra.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What was it? Wasn't it Watergate? One of them.
Watergate was a big one.
Yeah. And 9/11 was another one of them.
Who was the guy that had the McAfee, John McAfee or whatever? The whole thing that happened with him. That was another big one. Pretty sure all that was true too. He found a bunch of files of a bunch of super elite rich people and politicians and shit that had a bunch of bad stuff in them. And when they found out that he had those files, he wound up. He's still alive, isn't he? He's just like out there living and hiding in the Caribbean somewhere, or did they kill him?
He's probably still alive. I mean, the guy who used to work over at like Area 51 and everything, which, I mean, we know it as Area 51. It's not necessarily called Area 51. That guy's still alive, and he's been on a couple like podcasts and a couple interviews and stuff like that. His story was very interesting though, because like his whole identity got erased, like where he went to college, what he did there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still alive, but all those like credentials and stuff that he's earned in his life are just gone, And that's just the scary thing, is since a lot of stuff's like electronically, they could just be like, fucking.
Pretty much,
yeah. Alt delete. Goodbye.
Control Alt delete. Fuck you. Bye bye. Yeah. Another conspiracy theory I want to talk about is this whole fucking 100 men versus gorilla thing. It's fucking bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
100 men would win every day, and I'm gonna set this up real plain and simple. we'll have a fair debate about this. I'll go, then you go. I have three arguments that to support my claim. One is science, one is physics, and one is primal creature nature. First subject, science. Human beings are natural pack hunters. We are not individual fighters. We, even from way back in the Paleolithic era when we were unga-bungaing around on the prairies with spears and stuff, we fought in packs against large animals with very crude tools, rocks and spears and bows and slingshots and shit like that. Very crude tools. And we always stay in groups because it's safer in numbers versus by yourself. That's my first argument. Third argument is physics. The average height and weight of a full-grown silverback gorilla is 6 foot 6 inches. The average height the average weight of a silverback gorilla is anywhere from 850 to 980 pounds. The average weight of an adult grown man is 5'11" to 6 foot something, 6 foot 2, and is about 195 to 200 pounds. And there's 100 of those men. So you're telling me take 190 pounds and times that by 100, and tell me how much weight that is, Gordon. Is that 100,090 pounds or 100,900 pounds or something like that? 100 times 190? Can you do that on your calculator for me real fast? Because I actually want to know the number. I can't do math in my head like that.
No.
Not done yet. Then I'll give the whole mic to you once I'm done.
All
right, I'll give you the whole mic. So you got that. So human beings of that many, 100 of them versus one gorilla, severely outweigh that gorilla 10 to 1 on the weight scale. Third thing, primal nature. A gorilla is going to weigh its options versus threat or fight. It's going to see that as a huge threat, and it's going to run every time. It's not going to want to fight 100 human beings. It's going to perceive that as I cannot win this situation. And it's going to run. And if 100 human beings team up and gang up and grab on this gorilla, they're going to outweigh it very fast. It's not going to be able to fight back. It's going to be outweighed. Think of, like I said, 190 pounds times 100. In human beings, you don't think there's any way, shape, or form that they could find something in this environment to fight this gorilla to outsmart it. And I rest my case. Human beings would win that fight every time because we are ingenuitive, creative, and there's no way in hell a gorilla is outsmarting 100 human beings. Your turn.
All right. One, I'll agree, but that was never a part of the actual topic of 100 versus one gorilla.
Okay.
Which is, there was no actual weapons involved.
Okay, so no weapons. But
it was hand-to-hand combat. Because, like you're saying, if 100 fucking men picked up a fucking boulder or a spear and they beat up a fucking gorilla, yes, they can. Hand-to-hand combat? No. A gorilla could lift, 6 times its fucking actual body fucking weight?
It can lift up to 1,000 pounds. From the research I've done on this
topic. Just pick up fucking 2 people in both hands and just fucking circus delay that.
But here's the thing, is it going to, though?
But that's the same thing as saying, is 100 fucking people gonna work to fucking together?
I think so. I have full faith that 100 people be like, hey bro, if we don't do something...
You're giving too much faith into humanity right
now.
No,
if it were me in this situation, I'd be like, hey bro, we all gotta work together or we're all gonna fucking die.
Yeah, my thing is this. Let's say if 100 people worked good together.
Seemingly sleep perfect together.
Which, very doubtful. But if that was to happen, maybe there's a chance. But my thing is, I feel like if the gorilla got one of its hands on one of the 100, and what it did to that poor soul, everyone would be like, oh shit, yeah, I'm out. I don't want any fucking part of this shit.
But then there's also the fight or flight response. You gotta think. You gotta flip that coin, man. They see that happen to one of them, then they're like, oh fuck, we actually gotta do something about this, or that's gonna be all of us. Think about it Gladiator style. What would Gladiator do? He wouldn't go down without a fight. He ain't no bitch. It's no spear, no sword. He would still be in there fucking Superman punching this motherfucker trying to.
I've just seen what gorillas could do versus like a person could do. The more gruesome things I've could seen a person do is when it actually comes into where, they're actually using something else, right? A pen,
An
a
implement
gun.
of destruction.
Yeah, I've just seen what gorillas could do with their fucking hands, and it fucking terrifies me.
Yeah. So, I mean, my whole stance is this. I think in nature, right, if there ever became... Because you got to think, human beings don't fight fair. We don't. And so, if there ever was this controlled scenario, even if it was controlled, human beings would find something to fucking use. Like, even if there was just like a fucking piece of wood on the wall, motherfuckers would be ripping that shit off to try to beat this gorilla over the head with it. Because that's how we are. We're instinctively look for tools to further our success. So I look at human beings are quickly adapting to change because we have to be because of the world we live in. It went forward so rapidly because we had to adapt so fast. So I personally believe there's no way in hell the gorilla wins. I don't believe the gorilla wins. I really I want to do this in my head, and I get your point on it. Like,
just give a shout out to Mr. Beast. He could pull 100 fucking gangbangers that no one cares about, throws them in an empty fucking coliseum
right
with no fucking trees, no wood, no rocks, just fucking sand. Put the fucking gorilla in there and send all these guys out and see what happens.
So we round up the baddest of the bad, the most dangerous killers in the world of all the prisons. Round up 100 of them, of the select ones that are like the most dangerous, the biggest, baddest.
The ones we just don't generally give a fuck
about. The ones
that
we would just literally put in Guantanamo Bay and forget about.
Yes.
We take those motherfuckers, put them in there with this gorilla and see what they do.
Yes. Mr. Beast, you got a job to do.
Mr. Beast, we're calling out to you. I don't know what kind of permit you need for this, but you might want to hit up DC because you're probably going to need some type of presidential permit.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we do. Mr. Beast goes to DC, gets a presidential permit. The clause in the contract is if you beat the gorilla, you get to have the rest of your life you get set free.
Yeah, free in the fucking desert. I don't want a fucking criminal, another one set loose.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can, we'll just send them to Colorado. It'll be fine. They'll be fine in Colorado. They already have gangs taking over apartments buildings, so they'll fit in fine.
They could sign the contract, but alt-delete that shit after,
They'll sign it and then just Control-Alt-Delete that shit. Psych, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there we go. I like that idea. 100 of the world's most dangerous criminals versus a gorilla. Fuck yeah, dude. Look at us.
Yep, fixing world problems one after another.
One podcast at a time.
Yeah.
We're geniuses.
Fuck.
We have a combined IQ of 500. Minus 350. His is 100. His is 100.
There we go.
No. Yeah, no, that's our 100 men versus a gorilla debate because we felt like we were late to this, but I still wanted to talk about it because I didn't get a chance. I'm on team human being. I think humans would stomp that gorilla out.
Yeah.
And he's on team gorilla, so.
Always, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shit, dude. Like,
I'd fight a gorilla all by myself. I'd win, too. You know how I'd fight it? I'd become friends with it. And then it wouldn't want to hurt me. And then when it was not looking, it just right over the head with a rock.
I've just seen what, like,
chain enabled that shit.
Chimpanzees could do to people.
Well, chimpanzees are a whole nother story, dude. Those little motherfuckers are fucking ruthless, dude. I watched one bite a dude's scalp off.
You don't think a fucking gorilla would do the same thing?
Nah, because do you know gorillas are actually very mellow-mannered? They're not, like, aggressive like other monkeys. They're actually very nurturing. No. There was a whole thing where, like, a baby got in there with the gorilla enclosure, and it fucking took care of the baby, bro. It picked it up and, like, recognized it was a baby and was, like, protecting it from the other gorillas. And I was just like, oh, shit. And then the people came in. The fucking, what are those people called that take care of them?
Caretaker.
Yeah, the caretakers or rangers or whatever that go in there with it. It handed the baby over to him. Like, it recognized that this is a baby. I was like, no fucking way. And you're telling, yeah, because to me, gorillas are docile creatures, dude. I don't think gorillas are really that aggressive at all. I mean, I'm sure there's cases where it's, things have happened with gorillas, but I think on the vast scale of things, I don't think gorillas are super aggressive. So what does it say about gorillas? I think they're pretty mild-tempered, like pretty mellow-mannered, like with humans, right?
And tell that to Harambe.
Well, Harambe, that was, like I said, case in point. That was one of those cases where, a gorilla got a little too carried away, had a few too many Budweisers, and did it kill a person? Is that what it did? It killed or was it a kid or something?
I don't think it killed the kid.
No, I thought it was trying to get the kid out of the water.
No. He was he was playing with the kid in the water, but the way he was doing it was too radical. So, like, their thing was, well, we're going to fucking
shoot it.
Yeah.
Because they didn't want it to accidentally, the monkey or gorilla to accidentally drown the kid.
It was a gorilla.
Yeah, gorilla, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, because, it might not have, the gorilla might not have been trying to be aggressive with the kid, but, it's a gorilla, so it might have been accidentally putting the kid underwater and not realizing.
Have you seen the video?
Yeah, I have. It's been years since I've seen it. But yeah, no, the kid fell over into the water.
Well, my thing is this.
That happened in 2015, right?
Why the hell do we fucking kill an animal from a fucking human error?
Well, are we going to kill the kid? What the fuck do we do? We shoot the kid?
Why the fuck? Why did the parent lift up the kid to be like, hey...
So what did she just let go? Like, I believe I can fly kind of shit? Or what the fuck did she lose hold of him?
I have no idea.
Sink or swim, motherfucker? Like,
I mean, there's like many stories. There's that one story where that family was like antagonizing the lion. And the lion's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm gonna like jump over the fence. And then ended up, going on a fucking rampage.
My favorite video of all time, including a lion, was this, guy, it was like a zoo in India or some shit, and this guy is poking his finger through the lion fence. Yeah, and he's fucking with the lion, right? And it gets a hold of his finger, and he's like, feet up on the fence with his fucking finger, dude. And you just see his finger go, detach, and like his ligament, something came out.
Yeah,
it was
his bone.
You seen that shit, right? Yeah. I was just like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been over to the Seattle Zoo a couple times, and
call that a Scooby snack.
I guess like cool seeing like animals that you wouldn't be able to see, like if you didn't have money to travel out to all these exotic places and stuff.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just, to me, it's sad because you're fabricating it's a little bit of its home, and you're minimizing it to the tiniest point.
Yeah, you're taking away the nature of what that animal truly is.
Yeah,
but at the same time, don't you think it's cool to look at them? Like, it's cool to see them.
That's what I was saying though. Like at one point, yeah, like it is cool, but then at the other point, it's just sad because it just doesn't look right.
But to be fair, you know what? I don't think you could take an animal that's been in captivity all its life, like a lion, and put it out on the fucking safari.
Well, no, you can't because
it'll get killed immediately.
Well, yeah, when it survive. But that's just the thing, though, is you're pretty much taking an animal, bringing it all the way over here, just for like some show and tell. And its whole life is just going to be a show and tell. You can't release it, right? Because as you're saying, it's going to have a hard time finding a herd to go behind.
Yeah, it's not going to be able to fit in there. Like lions specifically, they're very, very protective with their prides. So any other foreign lions, they won't let in. They'll kill them. So but my whole thing was a lot of animals in zoos nowadays is. They were never actually brought here. Like, a lot of the animals we have are born here in the States now. Like, they're not really from other places anymore because we just breed more and more of them, right?
Yeah.
So we just have the same animals, like lions make cubs, and then we get more lions, and then they send them to other zoos that need lions. And
right, Gordon will grab more firewood.
Gordon's on a firewood mission. So... Yeah, so like that's my whole thing is like we aren't really getting a lot of animals for zoos that are, you know, out of Africa or the Mediterranean or Amazon or any of those places anymore because we've had animals in captivity for so long that we just breed them and we just get more with the same species. I mean, I think there's a zoo. I don't know where, but there's a zoo that has a white tiger somewhere. I think it might be the California Zoo that has a white tiger.
California Zoo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which the white tigers are becoming more and more endangered. Like they're pretty much extinct almost. Good job, Gordon.
Oh yeah.
A+ work.
Unga bunga.
Unga bunga, man, make fire. But yeah, so that's that's our animal tangent. What other things are there that humans do that fucking don't make sense?
We liberate our own kind. But animals do that too. Like I thought it was crazy how chimpanzees have their own like turf wars and everything
with other groups of like gang wars.
Yeah. Pretty fascinating.
Pattern recognition, enabling.
But the funny thing is we didn't evolve for like so far from like other species. Because you look at all these other species in life and you're like, and you look at our own and people made that whole ass argument that no, we did not come from like chimpanzees.
Yeah,
we did not come from.
I don't think we do. I think I don't think we come from chimpanzees. But just because they make the argument like, oh, there's only like 2 genetic chains that we have that are different from chimpanzees, and I'm just like, well, just because we're so similar and we only have 2 different genetic makeups doesn't mean we came from them.
Yeah.
It just means we have a similar structure because we're humanoids, right? Chimpanzees are humanoids. They have arms and feet and opposable thumbs and shit. And, they look like they could stand upright like humans. So that's what I think is like, our DNA is so similar. Our cellular structure is so similar. It doesn't mean that we came from fucking monkeys. It just means that, They walk and talk like us doesn't mean they are us.
I just think it's weird how we're involving like I don't know at this rate it feels like every other decade we're evolving to something new, creating something new, doing something that breaks the bounds of evolution pretty much.
Yeah. So you're talking about like genetic shit. Like
Yeah.
we're always messing with genetics. Well, that's another thing. Yeah, why are we always messing with genetics?
Well,
What is our fascination with genetics? What are we trying to achieve? The next form of human?
there was forgot what place it was, but you know how.
Was it a lab or something?
Well, yeah, because they were offering LeBron James and what's her name, Sarah Williams, the all-star like tennis player, and they were offering so much money.
Serena Williams.
To combine like both of their genes so they could create a super fucking athletic baby.
Well, here's the thing though, is what pisses me off about that too is like, yeah, you could do that, but it could still come out retarded. Like, it doesn't mean it's gonna be a superstar athlete. It could come out with like 3 legs. Like, granted, it might run very fast.
Well,
it doesn't mean it's gonna be a superstar athlete.
No, it doesn't mean that, but I mean, kind of like look at Michael Jordan, right? He's like arguably one of the best basketball players of all time. You can't. I mean, like you look at his like sons. They don't play like they're not. the next in line NBA all-star like their dad.
Yeah.
They're into other things. So if they were to do this with LeBron James and, sugared and spiced that shit like Powerpuff Girls, is it gonna be the same thing? Like maybe that kid's going off to do, other shit in life.
Now here's who you mix together. Take LeBron James's genes, Marshawn Lynch's genes, Serena Williams because you need a female, and then sprinkle in a little bit of Tom Brady, and then you have something there. You have a thing. That could be pretty cool.
That causes the most fouls in the game.
Marshawn Lynch, dude, I don't care what you say about him, dude. You knock motherfuckers over. I just love how he plowed through people. Is he still playing football or did he retire?
He retired.
He got too beat up?
No. I mean, he was just smart,
He got out while it was good.
I mean, it's like Antonio Brown. Like, he still had a lot of fucking years left in his college career, but he was like, nah, I want to do other stuff, He could have still played in, the football league, but he was like, what's the point,
Yeah.
Because, I mean, look at LeBron James. Do you think he really needs to play another fucking season of basketball?
I don't think he should play another season of basketball. The motherfucker's old. He should call it a day.
Yeah.
He's fucking 46 years old.
Or like you look at Tom Brady, it's just...
Well, Tom Brady, isn't he 50? He's like almost 50 fucking years old, but he doesn't look it.
Yeah, that's what money gets you, bro.
Yeah, it's that adrenochrome is what that is. Some of that
Botox and all that fucking
fear
shit.
and loathing in Las Vegas, bro. Go down Vegas and get some of that dream.
Jesus.
Get some of that chrome,
It's fascinating, man. It is. Let's see.
What's your I see your dad's got a lot of wood in here.
Hmm?
What's your favorite kind of wood?
Oh yeah. Sorry, the genes didn't pass on to me in that way.
So you're telling me if you get on this table here, you get a couple boards together, you couldn't make something?
No.
Not at all?
Nah.
Fuck.
I tried.
I tried so hard.
Yeah. Nah.
But in the end, I nailed a nail through my hand. Looking stupid.
I'm more of a video gamer, man. Like, I play video games, or I'll go on like a huge TV show or movie spree.
So you're a video gamer and stuff like that, but you're not like a techie though. Like you're not like a tech jizz or a genius. You're a tech genius or like a fucking like shit like that. Like you build PCs. Like have you done it, or is that like your thing? You don't really care for doing it, or
nah? That's out of my ballpark.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're not really you're like me. Like I fuck with video games and stuff, but I don't fuck with technology, dude. Like the farthest I go is like a laptop and a smartphone, and then after that I'm lost.
Well, shit, I can't even help our kid at math anymore. Math is not the same math when I was a fucking kid, Like, what the hell's this shit?
Alpha 9 or Delta, what the fuck is this?
I was like, what the fuck is this? A plus B equals what? I don't understand any of that shit. Things are evolving too much. There was once upon a time where I could get things like fixed, like, my parents' TV, hooking up sound systems.
Don't you remember when you were a kid and you would do that shit for your parents and you're like, that's right, I'm the fucking man.
Now I could barely fucking do that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's the power button?
Yeah.
Where's this cord go to?
You get a new appliance of some sort and you're like, how the fuck do I work this? You're like, what fucking button? You're looking through the manual 5 times.
Dude, I'm the opposite. Like, I won't look at the fucking manual. I'll go onto YouTube and be like, alright, how do you fucking do it, people?
There's a reason they call it YouTube University.
Yeah.
You can fucking figure out how to do anything off of YouTube, dude.
Oh, yeah. That's what's crazy.
I learned how to that's how I learned about how to tear down a motor, like cars, like fucking YouTube, dude.
Oh.
When I was a teenager. Just fucking getting on there, like, how do I get this fucking crankshaft out?
How do I, change this tire?
Yeah.
How do I tie a tie?
That's a big one right there. How do I tie a tie? That was I still remember the day I looked that up. Because that's fucking hard when you don't know what you're doing.
I just get the clip-ons, bro.
Yeah. Nah, dude, I ain't bougie like that. I gotta do it for real, otherwise I feel fake. I can't be out here with these ops feeling fake like that. I can't let them catch me lacking. Yeah, no, we live in an age, bro. I don't know about historic, but it's definitely an age.
I mean, some of it's historic, some of it's not. I mean, the biggest thing is, we've had talks where technology's, really, really scary, but at the same time, how much beneficial factors it has actually flourished with it, I mean,
I think technology's making us dumber.
I mean, it can and it can't. I mean, that's just the thing, though. Like, if you're incapable to, like, let's say, for example, you get a dog and you're like, well, shit, I don't know how to make, like, a dog house. So you would just go to YouTube and it would just explain how to
I go to Home Depot and
buy
one of their dog houses outside. They have them on display all the time.
Let me find out.
Couple $100 dog house.
Lives a bougier more life than I. Has its own like fucking bed and that shit.
My dog has its own fucking flat screen, bro. It's. I go in there and he's on Dog Hub. Like, what are you doing in here, Sparky?
Yeah, I mean, because the thing is, I didn't. There's a lot I've learned in school, but after high school, that's where I found my itch to like learn more and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I put my life through like the ringer, and there was like a time phrase where I hung out with this one kid named Roberto, and all we freaking did was after he got like done with like work and everything, we had a discussion about how so many like songs, who's that artist who sings, oh, it's the end of the world
as we know. I know that's fucking. God, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Yeah, he like goes through like a fast thing of like explaining like,
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell you who it is, but I know exactly what song that is. You should Google it because I want to know the artist. But yeah, no, I don't. But keep talking too, because like I was listening to your train of thought there.
Yeah, so we got in this whole thing of where we were going towards this path of like, oh, all these different artists had this directional path of. It felt like we were getting more and more like extra like conspiracy theories through like what artists were singing in their songs and everything.
Oh yeah, like you've heard of the conspiracy theory where if you play Pink Floyd backwards, it says some shit about worshiping Satan and 666 and all that bullshit.
Jesus.
Yeah. There's a few songs like that. Same with, Nickelback. Same kind of thing. You play it backwards. It says a bunch of Satan shit. And it's like, they worship Satan. Tick, 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 blah, 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 the devil underneath. Yeah, it's all like, now, do I know if that was intentional? No. Is it possible that it was intentional? Well, of course. But I don't know, so I can't say. But, yeah, it's just the shit that I've seen over the years. But I personally think the devil lives in the music industry like big time because Lucifer, before he was a fallen angel, before he went down, he was the angel of music.
REM.
REM. Okay.
1987.
Yeah, I wasn't even fucking born yet.
Yeah.
I wasn't even a thought, bro. I was still in the void.
But. That's where I began to study. It's when we were starting to like.
Another thing I want to say is, how come everybody has a friend Roberto in high school? I had a friend in high school that was Berto too.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
His actual real name was like Robert, but I've always called him like Roberto out of like respect and everything.
Was he Mexican?
No.
Oh, what the fuck, dude? What? What's wrong with you? Out of respect? What does that even mean?
Because if you look up the true meaning of like Roberto, it's a very powerful like name.
Yeah, it's rubber toe.
So, no, that's where most of like my studying came from. You know, because it went from the music industry, then we deep dived into like every conspiracy theory, found the ones that were just bleh, and then other ones were like, oh yeah.
What was the biggest one you guys landed on?
Fuck, man.
Like a really good memory you guys had together. Just broing out, looking through the dark web. You're like, oh my god, dude, yeah. Fucking.
I don't know, because each of them have like a different meaning, I guess, right? So it's like you look at MK Ultra and you're like, oh, that's pretty like fucked up. But then you look up the ones that have to do with like UFOs and aliens, and you're like, okay, that's really fucked up.
So you're telling me that there isn't one that comes to mind like right off the bat that you're like, oh fuck, I remember that.
No, I mean, There's just still like those like little mysteries I'm still trying to figure out. Like,
where are the puzzle pieces?
Well, I mean, why is Antarctica the most protected place in the world?
What's behind that wall? Let me over the wall, Trump. What's behind that wall? Open the door. Open the door. Fucking no, you want to know the one that fucked me up when I learned about it? You remember Fauci with the whole beagle thing? When they had the fucking beagles in that lab and they were filling the chambers full of flies, and the flies were fucking eating the beagles alive, bro? To see how I don't know what the fuck, I think it was just some torture shit, some weird, but when I read about that fucked me up. Because I'm like, dude, that's fucked. They were like putting these beagles in big glass cages and then filling them full of these types of flies that were just eating them alive, dude. And that turned out to be true. And they shut down the labs that were doing that were literally being financed and paid for by Fauci and with money from the World Health Organization, and went in there and retrieved all the animals that were still alive and surviving, and a lot of them were fucked up. They had like broken limbs and shit, had like big ass, like they were just in there torturing these fucking animals. I don't know what purpose, maybe for war, maybe trying to see what good things they could use against their enemies in war or some shit, or maybe it's just for fun. I don't know, but it was fucked up. That's what I do know.
Well, my biggest thing is when we talk about like animal experiments and everything like that. Like one thing I've always like remembered for school is like we had this huge ass fucking project where we our like teacher like picked the subject. One side was, you know, for like the defending cause, and then the other side was for, you know, no, this is right. The other side is no, that's wrong. And the whole thing was about animal testing. And you know, one person defended the right for it and the other person defended against it. So my thing in general is, well, do you believe that animal testing is good, or do you believe if it is wrong?
Me personally, I think it's fucked up because that animal has no idea what you're doing to it. It just knows it hurts.
Yes. Okay.
Whereas a human being can comprehend what's being done to them. Like, oh, I'm in a glass box right now with a fuck ton of flies and I'm being bitten. Whereas a dog might not perceive what really is happening to it, that it's in a lot of pain. So, you know, a human being can be like, oh, I'm being strapped to a chair right now, my dick's being sawed off. That's very cool.
So then the next subject was, or to like add on to that point is, so do you prefer an animal to be tested first with a vaccine that we don't know nothing about, or do you prefer, you know, us as a people to be vaccinated, not knowing?
Do you want to know my real answer?
Yeah.
I think we should use pedophiles. We should find pedophiles who are repeat offenders, and we should use them for all of our testing. That's a two birds with one stone type of argument. We're taking the baddies off the streets, the dangerous ones, and then we're also using them for human good.
Well, the thing is those people don't have the. That's like taking something that's already broken in the mind,
and
then just seeing if something works. So,
exactly, but that's the thing: is no harm, no foul. You can't break it anymore.
Well,
we don't want them in our society, so what's the harm?
Yeah, but my thing is like, how are you going to get a straight answer from that? I mean, animals, it was pretty much as a simple like, well, if it died, we know it didn't work. I guess you can move that on to the point in case
if it fucking died, it didn't work.
Yeah,
if it died,
but the
it
thing,
fucking didn't work.
The thing is like also too, it's like you have, as long as that, subject is, alive, well then how much more longer can it stay alive, right? So you're saying we're gonna just test these pedophiles, keep them alive in society for a couple more, years.
This is Donald Trump. Oh, that was Arnold Schwarzenegger. My bad. This is Donald Trump here. Today, I'm signing an executive order to see how bulletproof pedophiles are. It's some shit like that. You shoot them with a fucking shotgun in the face. Oh, they died. They're not very bulletproof.
And then my whole thing is why the fuck would you? I wouldn't even pick.
That was the best Arnold impression I've ever done. I did that by accident too. I just had to get that out there.
Well, my thing is why would you want to? Because to me, I think anyone could be on the same subject as this. If you're a repeated, like a
sex offender or pedophile,
yeah, you already deserve a fucking bullet in the head.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you fucked up twice? Oh, that sucks. Here's a bullet. Have a nice day. Like, it's the same thing with...
Here's a high-speed lobotomy.
Well, I mean, it's what pisses me off with, like, people that think, oh, I'm going to take a gun to school to, shoot up the fucking school. And then what happens? Oh, well, we're just going to, like, arrest them. If they get caught in bed, fuck that. Shoot that son of a bitch.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, why? There's got to be a way we could put these pedophiles to good use. Like, and what's pissing me off about it too, to get on this tangent, because but fucking, they're starting to become so brave about it. Every day, dude, I'm seeing vigilante fucking Chris Hansen's out in this motherfucker that are hunting them down. And beating the shit out of them in public, dude. Like, I know it's still against the law and all, but, like, in my opinion, they're doing the Lord's work, bro. Like, they're out there hunting these motherfuckers.
And that's just the thing, is...
They're Batmaning this shit.
I can't really fucking agree to a stance on that kind of stuff, because there's, on one hand, do I want to believe that our system like actually works when people come in and they get trialed court?
I can tell you right now, our system protects them, because I know for a fact, because my wife was a caregiver, and they had these things called CP clients, which are their community protected clients. The one I don't know who they are. They're sex offenders and pedophiles.
Yeah.
That's why they're CP clients. Our system is built to protect them. So instead of ostracizing them out of society like we should do, they're protected by our governments, especially in blue states. And that's what makes me makes my brain hurt, because I'm just like, why are we protecting these people that are disgusting, that are heinous, bro? Like,
no one gets left behind.
Fucking Obama, bro. It all started with Obama, I swear to God.
No, the thing that pisses me off about that is you can't hang over one thing over one fucking person. We've had this shit going on like, way longer. But that's just me. Like, I'm that type of person where, yeah, I 100% want to, like, you know, believe in the court systems and how they handle things.
See, that right there is weird to me. That you want to 100% believe in the court systems. And if I was going to say, if there's anybody who's been fucked over by the court systems, it's you. What the fuck are you talking about right now?
Well, it's just that belief, right? You wanna like believe in something. You always do, right? It's like that thing of you want to believe that there's that sense in, you know, karma. Like karma's gonna fucking bite someone back in the fucking ass type of shit. Like I said I want to believe. Do I believe? You know, that's totally different. I want to believe that our systems here protect us. Is it though?
Absolutely not. No,
well, yeah. No. Am I disagreeing though?
Yeah,
that's the thing. So you're putting fucking like words in my mouth. Like, have I been fucked over? Have you been fucked over? Has everyone else been fucked over? Of course we all have.
Every time I have to pay my fucking tabs every year, I feel like I'm being fucked over.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do I have to pay my tabs every year? Don't you have enough, like, road shit? Like, God, man.
Yeah, so to me it's very, very difficult. We want to believe in a lot of these different things and see how tantrum things could go, but I simply do not know.
I think a lot of shit would go away if we would just bring back public execution. Like if there was, you know, people got the death penalty in and we just, hey honey, let's take the kids out to the mall today. Oh look, there's a public hanging. Let's go watch the show. And then now let's go to the Nike store and buy some shoes. You know?
Yeah. No, I wouldn't know about like, you know, public executions, okay. But I for one where I just want them to, like, if you're a person, you know, like, what's the point of, I mean, don't get me wrong, I know some points of it or what I'm going to add, which was, you know, what's the point of, you know, keeping a serial killer alive? Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, most of the time, the ones that do actually talk has helped, you know,
investigators and FBI.
Yeah. But then after you get the
CIA, because they're the ones doing the killing.
Yeah, but you know, once you get to like the, you know, a point is just whatever is put out there is more like consumed. So I mean, there's still serial killers out there. You know, I mean, someone like brought up a statistics where, you know, in your whole entire life, you might have ran into an actual fucking serial killer just shopping at fucking Shopko or Safeway or whatever.
We're talking to one right now. Yeah. How does it feel sitting there? What's up, dude?
What's up?
Come get over here. Come here. Yeah, look at this knife, dude.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but that's just the thing, though, is I understand for, like, some things, but it's just, does it have to be a whole program to, like, protect set people, you know? What's the point of keeping someone alive that shot up a school? What's the point of keeping someone alive that keeps on going back out of, you know, society and, you know, doing the same shit and molesting people?
Well, if you want to get me started on my whole, you know, caveat of why I think our system protects them, it's because a lot of the people that are in power that help run said system are pedophiles and sex offenders themselves. They just don't know and they're hidden. And, you know, I mean, think about Jeffrey Epstein's list, for God's sake. Everybody on that list is someone, either a politician or someone rich and famous. So it's like, how many coincidences until it's not a coincidence anymore? And then you look at how our system's run and you look at the people who are protected and you go, the math is actually mathing here. Yeah. You know, that's where I have my problem with it. It's like, fuck, man, how do we stop this fucking, this arcane chaos, like this
We make our own airplane and shoot for another fucking planet to say we're going to be different on this planet. We promise.
Yeah. You know what movie I just watched yesterday on Netflix? That Don't Look Up movie.
That's a great fucking movie.
Yeah, and it's a great fucking movie. And I love the end when they go on the planet and they all get out and they're all naked and they get down there and they're like, and the one guy's like, oh, I believe this is a fucking blah 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 an animal, and then he's like, oh, I wonder if it's friendly, and it fucking eats her face. I'm like, that's literally like irony, you know, the pure picture of irony that they're running so far from this dying planet, you know, this big asteroid, and then they go on to another planet where everything there just wants to eat them, essentially. So, irony is great.
Irony is great. I mean, that movie was great because my whole thought was, do I think that if an asteroid was coming at us and it was going to, you know, actually come in contact with Earth and have enough force to wipe us all out, do I think NASA would let everyone know? No.
Yeah. You want to hear a joke? Okay, so this is a little bit of a wordy one, but it pays off in the end. So there's this farmer, right? And he has an old rooster, and the old rooster dies. So he goes and he buys a new rooster, a nice, strong fucking cock, a brand new rooster. Mm-hmm. And that day, rooster goes around and bangs all the hens, right? Mm-hmm. And then the next day passes and the rooster goes and bangs all the ducks. And then the next day passes and the rooster bangs all the geese he had. And he's like, dang, you need to slow it down, bud. And the next day, the farmer comes out to see all his animals, and there the rooster is laying, looking lifeless, on the ground by the chicken coop. And he goes, you horny old bastard, I told you to slow it down. And the rooster opens one eye and goes, and he looks up and he sees vultures circling overhead, and he goes, you horny old bastard, I told you to slow down. And then the rooster opens one eye and goes, shh, they're about to land. Jesus.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite jokes, but I said it wrong, so I fucked it up. Well.
You're good.
You got any jokes for me? Tell me a fucking joke.
I don't know jokes, bro. My life is a joke for people.
You've been around fucking for a millennium. You don't know a single joke?
Nah, no jokes from this guy.
I swear, I think you're secretly like 1,000 years old, and you're just a vampire.
Fucking feel like
we just haven't seen your fangs yet.
Thank God. It's crazy to me to think that in this life, with all the variables and different things that go on and happen, and we got the system that plagues its own self. We got things started up as like huge racial wars.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard not to like get a little bit down and like depressed about any of this fucking shit, you know.
And I'm not depressed. Well, here's the thing: is like I'm not depressed by it. I know it's happening, and I know it's fucked up, and I know it's stupid.
So your thing is like, it is what it is. Yeah, just another fucking Sunday. Where's my orange juice cocktail?
Where's my cock meat sandwich? Yeah. No, but that's the thing is, it's like, yeah, I know it is what it is, and it's fucking. I know it's happening. It pisses me off, of course. I hate it, and but what can we really fucking do about it? We're like so conditioned to the way that we live. It's like. The only way to stop it would be...
We were pampered so damn well.
I think that's low-key what the game plan was. They got us so comfortable. They got us by the fucking balls. Yeah. They own you. They own us now. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing is we don't know how to break out of that. And if we were just able to round up the masses somehow, right? Just round everybody up, explain what's going on. But that's the thing is nobody is willing to make that sacrifice. It'll never happen. It won't happen. I doubt it'll happen in our lifetime. We'll be more likely to be hit by a fucking like an asteroid or figure out how to fucking build something where like we lift society to another level or fucking find a cure for every single disease in one medicine or something before we ever rise up together to overthrow anything. Shit, we're more likely to have another world war before we fucking ever, you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to happen. As much as we'd like it to happen, it ain't going to happen. But I'm going to turn this segment into the random segment. This is where I'm going to ask Gordon a bunch of random fucking questions, and I'm going to make him answer them and see what he's got for me. So, first, would you rather... No. Marry, fuck, kill. There we go.
No.
Oh, come on. It's all theoretical.
No.
It's not real.
We could do another one.
Okay. Then a would you rather.
Okay.
You do a would you rather?
I'll do would you rather, yes.
Okay. Would you rather have... This is so stupid, but for some reason in my head it's funny. Would you rather have tongues for feet or have feet for hands? I told you it's so fucking random, but it's funny in my head.
Yeah, I wouldn't want either.
We gotta pick one. That's the whole point of the game.
I'll choose death. I'll go with the feet one.
Feet, okay, feet for hands?
Yeah.
Alright, you ask me one now.
Okay.
Alright, take your time. Yeah. You gotta let that big, beautiful, smart brain process something here.
Alright.
Alright. Hit me with it.
Let's see here. Would you rather work for your whole entire life, work with
No days off?
With no days off, but your family's taken care of? And I mean 8 hours every single day, no day off.
7 days a week, every week.
Every week.
Okay.
Never ends.
Okay.
No retirement.
No retirement? What the fuck? Fuck, dude.
No retirement.
You might as well just shot me in the face.
Or would you rather to work the same amount of time, but there's an end at 80 years old?
Wait, what do you mean by there's the end?
Meaning, like, you could actually retire at 80 years old.
So I do the same thing till I'm 80, or I do the same thing for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And my family's taken care of.
Yeah.
Like, till I die?
Yeah.
But if I'm 80, do I get retirement? Like, I still get Social Security at 80?
You're taken care of, not your whole family with the 80.
But I can still give it to them.
There's that beautiful brain of yours.
Yeah. I could just take the money when I'm 80. I would do that. I just work the same shit till I'm 80 and then take what I have and give it to them. What about you?
I would work for the rest of my life.
Really? No days off? No more video games? No more sleep ever again? Because, I mean, there ain't no gaming like you do with no days off.
You sure about that?
What are you going to do? Like, crack? the fuck are you going to do? You got to sleep. You got to eat.
Yeah, but I mean...
You got to take a shower once a month or something.
Yeah, and you could fit that all in there. If it's 8 hours a day for, like, the whole, like, rest of the time of my life, and if my family is already, like, taken care of, right, well, then my wife could do the laundry. I don't have to worry about that.
I'm just imagining your daughter being like, "Hi, my name's so-so. I have an absent father."
No, because I'm going to always be home. Now, but that's the thing. Am I going to have my, like, same schedule where it's great?
You're just in there, get out of my room.
Yeah. Like,
Daddy's gaming right now.
She's gonna be my own little prodigy, man. She's gonna be a MLG when she gets older, bro.
Okay. I got one for you. Would you rather have... Would you rather once a week... Would you rather once a week one of your nuts get twisted? And you can't get it untwisted until it goes back itself.
Yeah.
Or you can't shit for like once a week.
I'll go with the shit.
Yeah, you can't take like a good shit until the end of the week. You have to hold it all week.
Sounds about my life anyway.
I'm just imagining that you just oh, your fucking balls is just twisting for no reason. Oh fuck, that's good. This is fun.
Would you rather?
Okay.
Would you rather have the cure to cancer, or
damn,
keep all pedophiles alive?
Fuck, I think you might have just checkmated me, dude. Wait, explain it a little better. So
one pill is
the red and the blue pill again.
Yeah. So one pill is you contains the cure for all cancer types. It's treatable.
Yeah, just take it and it's like, oh, your cancer's gone.
Well, I mean, like, just you take one, cancer's completely gone. They found the cure for cancer. The other one is, well, it's either that or kill all pedophiles.
But there's a loophole in this one. There's probably a lot of pedophiles with cancer out there.
Yeah.
So fucked if I do, fucked if I don't.
I mean, you could be saving, many lives.
But there's so many pedophiles. There's so many.
But you can find the most, cancerous thing, like, that has plagued our society. Cancer, bro. Like, you could cure that shit. Or...
pedophile button. Pedophile button. Click, 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 click. Killing all the fucking pedophiles, dude. I have to. I can't let my ops catch me slipping, bro. I can't do it. If my wife hears that shit, she'll be like, "Who the fuck are you?"
Right.
Yeah, no. I gotta eliminate the pedos, my friend.
Right.
All right. I got one for you.
All right.
This one's a little dark. Okay. So, would you rather had to have gone to Jeffrey Epstein's island and be on the list, or helped Hillary Clinton tear that girl's face off?
Jeffrey's Island.
Ah, there. Okay, you answered that quick. You answered that real quick.
Well, yeah, because, I could just fucking explain what I saw and record everything, so, there
was no phones allowed. Jeffrey's Island, there was no phones allowed. They collected all their phones.
Bro, we got fucking sunglasses that have cameras on them now. You fucking telling me he's smart?
I mean, he was just a fucking rich philanthropist, fucking weirdo.
Yeah, ain't they all, though? Alright, well, shit.
Give me a fuck, marry, kill one. I'll do one.
No. Would you...
Dun, 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 dun,
that's the thing that I'm not just big on these games here.
It's good for you. It really is. Gets the brain thinking.
No, it hurts the brain because there's too many fucking things that.
If it hurts, it means it's good for you.
Oh yeah, is that
if it
true?
hurts, it means it's working.
Gosh, I'm pretty sure that's what Jeffrey Epstein said.
No, fuck. If it hurts, it's good for you? Damn, dude, that's dark.
God.
It reminds me of the Shane Gillis skit where he was like, he was like, oh, would you girls mind getting in the shipping container for me real fast? And he's just like, what? No, what are you gonna do? Send us to Jeffrey Epstein's island? He's like, they would be fucking pissed if you showed up on Jeffrey Epstein's island. He'd be like, oh no. Send it back. The pussy is spoiled. Fucking shit. I was like, damn, that skit always fucking makes me laugh because it's so true.
Would you rather... I guess this one could be good. Would you rather be the one person to save all this slavery, so there's no more slavery. Never has been, with this. Or would you rather give everything up in your life that you can't live out with?
Live without?
Yeah. So pretty much
I don't have shit. I barely have anything.
Dude. Your kids are in for a surprise when they hear this.
Fuck. I mean, other than like my human beings that I have.
So
my little slaves. No, so wait, tell me again real fast. So I have,
So you could be the one who could prevent slavery to ever happen.
Okay.
Or
I'm Abraham Lincoln.
Or you could be that person, or you could do that, but if you do that, you're giving up things that are hard to get by in life. Being like going home, watching comedy movies, listening to music. You still have a car to get to work and all that shit.
Oh, I can still do the work part of life.
Yeah. But like you can't enjoy anything.
Like I don't. What do you mean by enjoy though? Like I don't physically have it, or I just can't enjoy it anymore. Like it just doesn't get me off anymore, kind of thing.
No, because that's just sexualizing the question.
No, that's not. No, not sexual. I mean, like it doesn't arouse my interest anymore.
Okay, I see where you're.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We'll go with that.
Okay. I like my funny movies. I'm probably gonna keep Comedy Central around.
Yeah, you're going to hell, boy.
I know. I mean, I don't care.
I don't know, man.
Okay. Okay, I got a good one for you.
All right.
Would you rather meet? I think I know your answer for this one, but I just want to know myself. Would you rather meet the best Batman actor or the best Joker actor? Ooh. That's a thinker, isn't it?
Not really. I just had to think of all the.
I know. I was trying to
all
remember
the
the name
Batmans because I always forget. About Adam West and everything.
Yeah.
I would say the Joker.
So Heath Ledger. He's dead, but we can bring him back to life just so you can meet him.
No, I mean,
let me get my candles out real quick.
Oh, well, we still got the other actor.
Oh, the fucking
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, I like Jack Nicholson's performance, but he went crazy. Like he went hard, like with the yelling. He was always a yeller.
Well, because every time they did like a Batman thing, it played off a difference in the. And kind of like the
different version or universe of Batman and Joker. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not this episode. Get that shit out of here. We'll do a part 2 of DC on another episode.
Yeah.
Would you rather be a hamster or a gerbil? A fucking hamster or a gerbil?
Hamster.
That's fucked up. Hamsters have some of the most fucking tragic deaths of all animals on this planet.
Yeah.
So you'd be okay with being put in a sock and just all around the house?
I mean, yeah.
Did you hear the story about the hamster that got in that dude's toaster?
Yeah.
His hamster went missing and he went to make toast one day and his fucking hamster was in the fucking toaster.
No, I had a buddy in high school that had hamsters, which is crazy because, like, I'm not scared of, like, rodents and stuff like that, but I am, for some reason, I'm terrified of, like, pet birds.
Really?
Yeah, just the way they like.
The psychology behind that.
Yeah,
what does that say about you?
I have no
I'm afraid
idea.
of birds.
Well, it's just probably the way they like walk and shit, or
Maybe
There's this one girl I used to know who had I'm trying to think of
like a what are those little birds? Those little yellow.
Oh
ones,
no,
right?
she didn't have a bird. She had like one of those like fucking big ass like fucking lizards that scared the shit out of me too. Because it's like, the fuck am I supposed to do? Like pet it? What do you fucking feed this Godzilla?
What do you do with these things?
Yeah.
A lot of people just let them sit on their shoulder, and just chill like a little like a fucking scaly parrot.
It's like a
wingless, scaly, thorny parrot that doesn't make any noise. Yeah, no, because a bearded dragon, right? One of those big ass lizards.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law has one of those. Yeah.
What the fuck's wrong with people?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not a lizard guy, but I do. I think snakes are kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, I kind of always wanted a pet snake, but I never got one.
What animal would you love?
What do you mean?
Like to have as a pet that we're just not normally allowed?
I want a fucking sugar glider, bro.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dope. I give you
those
that.
things are sick because you throw them up and they fly back to you and they land in your hands, land on you, and then they're like, they scream at you or something. I don't know what noise those sugar gliders make.
What's the fox?
Hey. Let me get a cigarette, Bill. Bill.
I find it to be. I mean, honestly, I would say.
Let me see your cigarette. No, red lighter.
I would say. I would go with a chimp.
You'd be out there ripping people's faces off. Oh wait, you're saying, that's right. We were talking about which ones we have, not what animal we'd want to be.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah.
If we were like allowed.
Yeah.
I'm.
You can have them. I just don't think you can keep them. Like, I don't think you can keep them for an extended period of time. I think you can own one, but you can't own it like 24/7. I think you have to it has to be in a place, but you can visit your monkey. Like, I think you can have them when they're little, and then once they get bigger, you have to take them to like a fucking.
I mean, it's kind of like almost with like a fucking sugar glider. Like you have to fucking, because it's like having an owl, right? Like not everyone can, own an owl, but
Owls creep me out.
Why?
I don't know. There's something about them, dude. Apparently, they're bad luck. If you have an owl outside your window, it's bad luck. Bad juju.
Bad juju?
Yeah, apparently if they stare at you, it means you're going to die soon. At least that's what I've read. It creeps me out. The way they just sit there in your window and...
Yeah,
Who? Who what?
Yeah, I don't know. I love owls, man. I mean, I don't get what's so fancy about...
I don't hate them. They just creep me out. No, they stare at me with their little beady eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the fans behind praying to like big giant fucking, wooden owl, but
that's just some Bohemian Grove shit. It's a demigod, I think. It's like one of their fallen gods or angels that they fucking worship. Native cultures, a lot of native cultures believe that they're bad luck. If you have a owl outside your house or anywhere near you, a lot of the natives say like, oh yeah, that's a bad omen. Like it's a death omen essentially. Like, oh, you need to be careful, look out for yourself and shit, because it means something's out to get you here soon. Either something's gonna kill you, or you're gonna die for some reason, or you're gonna get sick. Something, I don't know the complete accuracy of it, but I know that it means bad. It means bad.
So my thing is this. When they do these like meetings, is the owl always there? Or like,
did they ever ask the owl how it feels?
No, what I mean is like, so is this
like
something...
an AA meeting or what?
No, just hear me out because you're not getting it. So is this like sculpture of the owl still in the woods, or do they like roll it up in a fucking?
No, I think it's there. It's made of rock. It's a sculpture made of rock.
Is it a protected rock?
Bohemian Grove is a... Well, look up the Bohemian Grove for me real fast so you can see it.
I know what it is.
You've seen it? Okay,
I know what it is.
I'm pretty sure the Bohemian Grove is a protected site. And I'm pretty sure it's where a lot of religious groups go to do rituals and shit. But it's also apparently used by the Illuminati. So, blood cults and shit.
Well, the thing is, Illuminati, for our terminology, is for people that control everything. So, what is their exact name?
The shadow people, the fucking shadow government, the goddamn
Men in Black, the
fucking pork swords. I don't fucking know. Like they're these people that essentially secretly run shit, and it's like a secret society. But from what I heard, is like the Illuminati is like a bunch of minions that go out and do their bidding to wreak havoc among the masses. To get everybody to drop their moral standards so fucking low that they do bad shit all the time. And the people that run them are actually the people at the top that secretly run our government and have bought all the fucking agencies that own all the money and the banks and the this and the that. That's my understanding of it. At least from what I've learned.
my thing is, what would be the point?
Control. Here's the thing: is like, you may not think you're being controlled, but you are. Like you're being controlled by the media you watch. It's all got programming in it.
But I don't watch the media.
Well, not the media. I mean, like just the movies and shows you watch. We all watch. It's got. They all have hidden messages in them. They all have predictive programming. They all have the what's it called, subliminal messaging. They all have that shit in them. You know what I mean? It's all to make you drop your guard to things so you'll allow shit. You know what I mean? Think about like... Okay, I'll give you an example. Think about serial killers when serial killers get caught, right?
Yeah.
And they go to prison.
Mm-hmm.
And then what ends up happening? They have a bunch of fans that send them mail and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because that kind of stuff gets into the head of people, even if they aren't killers themselves, they still start thinking about it, and then they're like, oh shit, that's metal, that's badass, that's and they start sending them fan mail and shit. It's no different than what we see on TV with the subliminal messaging. We see that, it goes into our subconscious, and then we become numb to it, which is it's something that we wouldn't normally become numb to.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then once you become aware of that subliminal messaging, and you're like, every time you see it, you're like, oh shit, there it is. You're like, there it is right there. I heard it. I seen it. Because for me, I notice it all the time. Almost every fucking show I watch, there's something in there where I'm like, oh, there's a fucking this, there's a that, there's a that. They're pushing that shit on the kids. They just did it right there. They're pushing that on the kids. It's like no different than like the cigarette industry did with fucking making candy shaped like cigarettes to sell to kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same kind of thing. So give me your side of the coin. Penny for your thoughts. Dink. Flip the penny to you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a deep dive of your mind, because to me it's, we go through the whole process of why does that particular thing make any sense? Like we have everyday like struggles, even like some people have, like your girl might tell you she has like work issues that go on, and you're like, it doesn't make any sense type of thing. What's the point, So
like about the issue itself, like what's going on. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's just like, let's say you go to work and you don't get paid your work time, right?
Yeah.
Or like, let's say, you run into a spot that just doesn't make any sense. It's just, my whole thing is, there's always a picture on the other side of things. And that's what boggles my mind, is everything in reality there should be a reason for. People that kill people for pleasure, power, whatever, serial killers, they do have a reason behind it because it's it fascinates their
Fuels them.
Yeah.
They turn to the dark side of the Sith.
This is the dark side of the Sith. But that's my whole thing is you just I want you have to tell me. It has to be just more and simple than like control. Control of what? Because by the end of it,
control of your thoughts.
But
it's control of your autonomy.
Okay, but
if you want me to break it down, break it down. Break it down.
Yeah, but in general, it's just like, so what? It all equals to the point of slavery. Do my bidding
eventually.
I mean, we're already at that fucking point.
But it'll be worse. It won't just be the slavery we know now. It'll be like, you own nothing and you'll be happy. That's where it'll get to. Maybe not in our lifetime, but our kids' lifetime.
But how
maybe.
would that make more sense? Because you still have to own products to maintain a economy. Because if the powerful and the rich own, like, let's say, these cigarettes, right? Or vice versa, how are they going to get their fucking money?
Well, here's the thing, is that's what I'm saying. That's how it works, is they don't want to have to sell to make money anymore. They want to have the money to themselves. They want it. Like, it belongs to them, essentially. So us, we'll just do all the work for them as slaves, essentially, is what it's going back to. We'll make everything run and function and shit for them. We won't have anything. It'll be like fucking...
so we won't have a car to get to work.
They don't want you to have a car. They literally don't. Literally, they're already... What do you think all that electric car bullshit was? That was feeling the waters to see...
It's still a point that gets you to A and B, though.
Yeah, but the thing is...
It might not be a car that you absolutely want, but it takes you to A, B,
yeah,
C.
but the thing is it's a limitation, because if you break that down, an electric car does not have the capabilities a gasoline car does. It's very, very limited. The range is limited, the power is limited, the abilities it can do is limited. It's not as strong as a gasoline vehicle, and ultimately what it comes down to is control. Because if you have a vehicle with a full tank of gas, even if the power grid goes down, you can still get somewhere. Whereas an electric vehicle, if you have an electric vehicle, even if it's charged, once it's dead, you're fucked. In a gasoline vehicle, there's ways to find gasoline. Whether you siphon it out of another vehicle or you fucking find a pump somewhere else that works.
Yeah. Just here thinking like some fucking, planet just got their fucking like telescope aimed up at us right now and being like,
look at these silly monkeys.
Yeah, like look how far they involved and backfired type shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing, is if you every aspect that you bring up, there's always a deeper meaning to it. So when you think about the Illuminati, the deep state, shadow government, whatever you want to call it, the whole main goal of it is it's basically just a bunch of elitist, super rich motherfuckers that want complete totalitarian control. And really, the main thing they want complete control of is your fucking money. They want control of your money.
But they already have it. Dude, there's people so fucking rich that, like, dude, like, it's not money anymore. Like, that's the thing where I'm trying to get at is, like, money's just fucking paper. You could easily make a piece of fucking paper. Like, we had to talk about, you had, like, a certain problem with banks, right? Where you were talking about the central banks, the private banks.
Yeah, the central banking system was the worst thing that we've ever done in the world. We should have never done that. The privatization of money... and going away from the gold standard was probably one of the worst things that we could have done in this nation, because it immediately, when it was done, it killed the worth of money. And then the central banking system, aka the Federal Reserve, which is a private organization, essentially owns all the money and prints all the money. And then the banks go and say, oh, we need more money. We need a bond for just millions of dollars. And they just print it for them and give it to them. And the thing is you want to know something? So you worked with money for a long time. And I'm sure you know this, but if everybody at a bank went to the bank at the same time and wanted all their money out, the banks would not let them take their money.
No. Because there's security measures of a person going up to a bank and pulling out that much fucking cash.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, that's why I brought this up to you, because you worked, with, giving money to banks.
I worked at a central line of understanding, like, there's some places that print out their own money. So my whole thing is, since money is some, paper that you could just fucking copy fucking print, what's, money isn't a goal to someone to just have all. Like, I don't think that's some like Illuminati type bullshit. There's like fucking, we talk about like the 10 top most richest fucking people, right? That you could like Google up.
Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett.
You could look at these guys.
Jeff Bezos. Yeah.
That's not money compared to like what some of these fucking Arabs have. There's some money that's
these
not
crowned
even
princes over there.
Yeah, it's not
oil money.
Oh yeah, I just saw a little tiny mouse.
Yeah, that's it. They're coming in for the live recording of the podcast.
I'm gonna call him Richardo. I really don't see a point in it. It's like when my mind goes back to the time where a lot of drugs came into our system, like the uprising of like cocaine and everything.
Yeah, the CIA putting drugs into the poor countries. Most of the blacks.
Well, like a lot of it, they started with like the suburbs and everything.
Cocaine and heroin and like pills and shit. Yeah.
I mean, and it's just like, okay, then my process was like, oh well, this was just like one big push on like, because like some things I think, oh well, this was like made to pressure on the whole race war.
Well, no, it wasn't the race war, bro. It was, my understanding was that it was to destabilize black communities. It was to destabilize black communities, which then inhibited, that's not the right word, which then accelerated the start of the race war movement. But the first goal was to destabilize black communities, because black communities before the CIA did that shit were actually doing really good. Yeah. They were proper, they were well kept, they were good people, safe neighborhoods with healthy kids. And then the CIA was like, we can't have that, not in our America. And so they threw a bunch of drugs into these black communities and fucked everything up for them. Because then what happened, they started, getting addicted to them, selling them. You had the gang violence start, race wars, all that shit.
Yeah, I just don't really properly see how some things are
more important than others.
It's just there's no clear picture and ever has been in my head on why. Why was you go from like MK Ultra to what happened over in like Africa with infecting a nation. Are you saying that it jumps around all over the place too much to make sense? Well, it's just because it's like one fucking thing after another. It's not like one big simple, they all kind of like fucking fit to fucking together. When people talked about UFOs and what we all just call as like Area 51 and understanding the jump from a simple phone device where back in the day we just had the fucking wall fucking phones, big ass fucking
rotary phone with the fucking dial to like
I miss rotary those. Phones. Bring those fucking back. But my whole thing is
you can find them still in antique boutique stores. You can find them.
And so there's like a big technology thing, and then you got
MK Ultra, which you could just put as like fucking, control of trying to find a way to like control people.
Yeah.
And then you got things of like, oh, well, we're just going to, affect our own, like, great America, but we're just going to hit the places that's, it just doesn't make sense to me at all. We're going to damage so we can control.
Uh-huh.
I mean, where I'm trying to get at is, if you have everything, then what's the purpose of fucking control?
I get you.
Because, I mean, if money's everything, and they have money...
For, like 50...
They have their own money where they
generations.
could just, like, fucking come in and have their own, like, fucking Delta Force squad of military soldiers.
I want my own Space Force.
Yeah, like, if people have money for fucking...
Fuck you money, essentially.
For generations.
Yeah.
This isn't just decade. This is generations of generations.
Yeah. Well, what do you say? You want to do one more good would you rather for the road?
Would you rather?
Yeah. Give each other one more good would you rather.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Alright. I'll go first. I got one for you. It's already locked and loaded.
Oh, yeah, you're like,
So, would you rather be president for a day or get to have any car in the world that you want?
President for a day.
President for a day? What would you do as president for a day?
If I was president for a day, I mean, there has to be some type of restrictions to this, right? Because, I mean, I could make something happen, but it's going to fucking change after that day.
What would it be? What is this thing that you're going to make happen? You could sign an executive order that whatever you change can't be changed for a full year. It has to stay.
I would put an extra day in the week. So normally our Tuesday.
That work, though?
I'll find a fucking way. Don't worry.
There's only 7 days. Are you gonna pull an 8th day out of your ass? How does it work?
I mean, yeah. Instead of like fucking 30 fucking days or 31 days, we're gonna have fucking, I don't know, 40 fucking days. I don't know. My general sense is
we'd have to slow down the Earth's rotation, I think, in order to fucking have an extra day.
Well, how about this? I'm gonna create it to where you have an extra, yeah, I mean, yeah, 'cause places are stingy about that. I'd say every job offers 12 hours a week. So that gives you an automatic fucking third day off.
Okay. So
you would work more potentially, yes, at your business, but you would have
3 days off instead of 2.
Yes.
But then what does that mean for me? Because I already have 3 days off. So would I get 4 days off?
No, because you don't work 40 hours.
Yeah, I work 32 hours. So if I work 32 hours, then I would have to work more days.
I don't fucking know. Honestly, if I was president for the day, the biggest thing I would honestly change is I think I would rewrite how like taxes are perceived.
Okay. And make it like more fair.
Yeah.
And make it like not make it doesn't so it doesn't feel like we're just getting a red, white, and blue dick shoved up our ass every single tax year.
Yeah, like the companies can't be exempted from it, such as like, Microsoft, Nike's, stuff like that.
Today, I'm signing an executive order that I get the best sloppy toppy
well, yeah,
I've ever received.
Well, it's because like these are big businesses, but it's like a lot of our a lot of things are made overseas just because of the whole sweatshops and everything, whatever you call them, where they don't have
They pay them way less and charge way more over here.
Yeah, they could just have like kids lined up working on, mass productions of these items and stuff. I would the reason why a lot of companies switched over is because they could be avoided from, taxes. I would rewrite the way taxes are done to where no matter what, it's going to be even. It's going to be fair.
Poor little xylophone Tai Ching over there is making shoes on a conveyor belt.
Fucking
His fingers are bleeding.
Fucking yeah, dude.
Getting paid 50 cents a day.
Yeah, I feel bad for him, man.
Yeah. So, your would you rather for me. What you got? All
right.
Make it a fucking good one, dude.
Oh, yeah. Would you rather... Okay. Would you rather have this... would you rather have a full-time as a podcaster or a full-time at a job?
Well, podcast all day long, dude. This shit is fucking fun.
It is fun.
It's very fucking fun. And it also is... I personally think it's really good for the brain. Because it makes you think in a different way, and it also it's good exercise for like speech therapy, for like helping you get quicker thoughts out, stuff like that. So this shit's just fucking awesome, dude. Like,
oh yeah,
I mean, fucking that's a given. Who would fucking work a job and just like have fun doing a podcast with their co-host or their friend,
I mean,
now if only we could just get our good buddy John on here,
right?
Yeah,
it'll happen.
We're gonna we just need to duct tape his mouth shut and abduct him, throw him in the back of a car, bring him here, strap him to a chair, and put a mic in his face.
We should do that one night. Just like we'll do the podcast as he's like working. Come and be like, "Oh,
ski mask." And
just show up in a Scooby Doo van.
I'll just spray paint on the side of my van the John Napper.
That would get people going.
Yeah, but we're gonna wrap this episode up. This has been Late Night Talks with the Dumpster Fire Podcast. Thank you for joining us. This has been a fun episode. Gordon, any final words?
Yes. So I over here started a Twitch channel. You can follow that too.
The Dumpster Fire Twitch gaming channel.
And I'll be going through and playing Destiny 2, which has changed pretty fucking dramatically. But I'll be going through there and playing. So if you want to see more sci-fi and all that kind of stuff, come over and enjoy that. We're also on Instagram,
Facebook, Spotify.
And any questions that people have, they could follow me on Twitch. You can give us a shout out on YouTube and
leave us notes and any questions you have in the comments. Make sure if you hop on over to the Twitch gaming channel, make sure to follow and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Anywhere you find us, just hit that little follow button. It helps us out a lot, and it's greatly appreciated. Like, you guys have no idea. Every person that subscribes, that means the world to us, because we look at those numbers and go, wow, people actually enjoy listening to our dumbasses. And that is a very heartwarming feeling.
It is. And if there's anything you guys really want us to talk about, we all have great minds, and I mean, I'm not really overly huge on technology, but I understand what's kind of going on out there. Or if people want to just hear different things, hear our thoughts on things. I mean, we're here.
Yeah, that's right on, man. Thank you. This has been the Dumpster Fire Podcast. Stay froggy.
Woohoo!